So, I don't like Quack Pack. No, not the episode. I mean, the series from the 90s. It just never appealed to me. And as much as I like the opening, I just couldn't do it. It was very not Ducktales to me. It was very not what I wanted from Disney. And when it was rumored that the DuckTales cartoon would lead to a spin-off based on that series, I was a bit, well...
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Thankfully, that wasn't true. What we got was a parody of a 90s sitcom. The sitcom, which had started in the 50s, was established in the 70s, perfected in the 80s, and apparently was lost to time by the 2000s. This episode is more of a comedy than anything, so to say that there is a ton of story and character here is a bit of a stretch, if not a mistake. But it does do some fun character bits with Huey, yes, him being the one to figure it out, and Donald, who really doesn't look good in this episode as much as it tries to play him up as sort of the victim here. The costumes are fun, and Goofy making his cameo, which confirms he exists in the series, was a really creative idea. A question I had was whether or not the Goofy movie itself was canon, as while we did hear stand out in an episode, that doesn't tell us the movie itself actually happened. Goofy's costume is from the Goof Troop cartoon, which we've always sort of led to believe is sort of the precursor to the Goofy movie. As a matter of fact, we know that the original name of a Goofy movie was supposed to be the Goof Troop movie. But it wasn't until he showed his picture showing Max and Roxanne that I was comfortable with the idea that the movie actually did happen, which may also be the closest we get to Mickey being in an episode. Of course, the big surprise this episode was the genie, and the fact that the episode seemed to imply what would happen if Donald had been in Treasure of the Lost Lamp, another movie from the 90s, and a rather unpopular one going by Disney standards. The genie, or Gene as he called himself, is pretty much a rebooted version of the genie from the movie, who also called himself Gene. Well, granted, the boys called him Gene, because the boys were hiding him along with Webby. And he really does steal the show here, and he sort of sells the journey Donald goes through as well as fun fourth wall breaks. Donald's a weird one here. He wants so much to have a normal family that he's sort of resolved to totally change who they are as people and even ignore what they want to get what feels like a perfect family.
You know what? Well, maybe we should be more normal. If you want out, fine. I'll be in Scrooge's office getting ready for our normal family photo.
He wants so much to have a normal family that he's resolved to totally change who they are as people and even ignore what they want to ultimately get what he feels is like a perfect family, which is why they use the sitcom idea as the concept of a family that isn't normal but tries to be is sort of a big thing in American sitcoms, at least it was. Overall, a fun episode full of clever ideas, but not much of it feels like you could just sort of... There's not much to it. It feels like you could just sort of sit and enjoy it and point out fun little Easter eggs and question why Genie's lamp looks like the one from the first episode, Scrooge's Garage. So anyway, we'll bring this video to a close here. What did you guys think of Quack Pack? I'm glad they point out I'm not a spy was pretty much Beakley's catchphrase, along with I'm not your secretary. But yeah, it's good to see this episode here. It's not my favorite by a long shot, but it has its fun. I'll leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I'll catch you all later. This is the Bucket Think Tank signing off. Thanks for watching, and as always, may your fandom serve you well.